Okay, I think we are live now. Let me check quickly the sound. How's the sound going? Should be Everything should be fine. Okay, I think we are live now. Okay, yeah, we are live. So cool. So we can start. So my name is Hightech for those that do not know me yet. And on these live streams, I talk about what just happened today in the cryptocurrency market, what I think about it regarding 11 years of my experience. In the between time, I talk about what high-tech meme coin is and why you might be interested. So Jesus is king, and let's go. Let's start. Today is going to be a really fast one because I have to hurry to one place. But I wanted to tell you that actually I just woke up and noticed that I had entry signal on Bitcoin chart, which is this one here. And as you see right now, we are having a pullback, and that's perfectly fine. It happens more often than not whenever you get an entry, a buy signal. It's just like -1.5%. Yeah, almost 2%, -2% pullback. That's perfectly fine. Since I started both of my YouTube channels, I showed here some of the trades, some of the signals that initially the market was going like even beyond 5% against them, and then went back up and gave dozens of percents of profit on Bitcoin. So that's why this one does not worry me. But it tells us that right now win-lose ratio is very, very against bears, very against bears. It doesn't mean it will turn out to be a profitable trade. It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to end up to be a profitable trade. But yeah, the odds are behind being in the market right now, not out of the market. So that's why it simply it tells us we carry lesser risk of owning Bitcoin than not owning Bitcoin right now, right? In this very moment, right? So let's see how it's going to play out. The altcoin market, as of now, is having a little bit of a pullback. I mean, Bitcoin is having a pullback, so the altcoin market is having a pullback. That's always the case. It happens much more often than not. Altcoins usually do not say no to Bitcoin. Whatever Bitcoin does, altcoin follow a little bit more or a little bit less, more or less, depending on their mood, depending on how overbought or oversold they are. And yeah, I had a little bit of a rally. Yesterday was a really good day. Yesterday and the day before yesterday, so that's why they acquired that comfort of reacting a little bit stronger. But I don't think it's a disaster what we are seeing here. I mean, it's hard to expect the altcoin market to go in straight line up. That was never the case. It just the altcoin market never has done that. So that is why you should totally get rid of that expectation in your head. But so far, even though this daily on others chart, as you see, which is supposed to be representative of the altcoin market, even though it's in red, this daily, the whole candle body is above, strong support band. This one in between 245 and 250, and that's a really, really good sign. We already don't have the whole candle above that support band, because as you see, we touched 250 with a week. So a huge leap forward would be if we got a whole candle above this $250 billion level. So that probably will happen to tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. But it's still good. It's still good because when you switch off the candle colors, when you switch off the wicks, that will give you a very, let's say, cleared up picture of only candle bodies. And that one clearly is showing us we're moving up, right? Without any doubt. Let's take a look at Heikin-Ashi. Heikin-Ashi, as you see, this fifth day in a row in green. So this fits the description of a reversal, right? And actually of a quite a good reversal, because as I pointed out previously, we are just overcoming a major confluence of resistance, and we are just walking through it. So that's a sign of strength. That's a sign of serious strength here. So that's why, if you see your bags pulling back a little bit today, I don't think you should be worried, to be honest. I think you should relax. You should sit down, relax, and all should be perfectly fine. We are on the right track. We are literally on the right track. By the way, guys, share, like, and subscribe if you haven't done so. Subscribe to the channel. I live stream every day like this, most often twice a day, or sometimes even thrice a day. So if you like this format, if you are vibing with me here, then hit that subscribe button. The only project I promote here is my own meme coin, which I treat as my stock market. You will find a link to it in the live chat, of course. And yeah, this is literally an investment gateway to this very YouTube channel, right? So if you throw something at it, something small, my talking here is to, promote your hefty bag of, eventually hefty bag of high tech. And this is not the only YouTube channel where I promote it. I have one more YouTube channel, which is like much larger than this one. So yeah, I think that's an interesting offer here. So consider, let's say, supporting not only the channel, but the community of the channel, right? So imagine that, because anybody who joins here is not only supporting me, further down the road, but for now, actually, primarily supports the community, right? So, like I said, this is a very interesting approach to how to treat a meme coin, how to issue a meme coin, and then how to treat it. I think I'm doing something completely new here, historically very innovative, and I think it's going to roll out into a whole category, a whole new category of meme coins, or it will transform the meme coin space in a way, in a very positive way, of course, because you know how meme coin space has been so far. It's just rug after rug after rug. At this coin here, it's already in existence for over 7 months, and it's still kicking. So it escapes, even though it had negative volatility. But yeah, it's still well alive, and I still continue, my mission with it. And this one, I will never give it up. Based on it, so I do not give up on myself. And yeah, it will continue to do better and better, even though it has a little bit of a harsh period, recent months. It's still far from over. As a matter of fact, it's just the beginning. So yeah, this one is looking good. And let's take a look at the Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance continues to do what I want it to do. So here we are walking through this this uptrending line of support. We want Bitcoin dominance to break it, to penetrate it, so nothing holds it anymore, and then have a quick trip to 57.18 more or less. I think that's the first next level that should give us a little bit of trouble eventually. Maybe not even, because maybe even not, because once we acquire that downward inertia, maybe it's just not strong enough to stop it out, to stop it out from falling. which will be wonderful to see. But yeah, we must wait a little bit in order to find out, right? But so far so good. But let me take a look at it with normal candles. Yeah, with normal candles, yesterday was green as you see, but now pretty much very similar picture, but we don't have a series of red. That will be slightly better, but nonetheless we are walking through it. And when you look at candle bodies, this is a very good trick if you want to clear up the chart from the noise. Switch off the wicks, look at candle bodies, and switch off the colors. So here, in that sense, we have a very similar picture because each candle body on average is lower than the previous one. So that means Bitcoin dominance is slowly giving up. It's slowly losing the battle. It slowly shows us that it's unable to hold this uptrend. Is a very subtle sign for now, but nonetheless immensely significant because once we are over with this zone here, the zone of support, things should at least in theory should gain a lot of speed. Guys, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. If you are watching it live, that's a must. That's an obligation. That's an order. So yeah, the next time I live stream, you guys don't miss out. You guys join me here, and we make history together. What the hell did I just do here? Wanted to, okay, yeah, it's right. I'm serving on the phone. What is up? So yeah, what else I wanted to add to the? Okay, let's take a look at SPYX briefly. SPYX is doing really good. Now, which is the nice version of SPY. Maybe here SPY should give us already pre-market price because since we've got Bitcoin spot ETFs, we are much more dependent on TradFi market. Okay, here is a little bit lower so far, but just slightly lower. So eventually we will open and then continue to climb up. We can see also a little bit of a correction because this move on Monday was quite powerful, as you see. It created a large gap, and then the daily and its body was fairly long, comparatively speaking, against recent days. It's one of the longest, maybe the second longest candle body, like for example in this picture, right? So that could also be allowed, let's say, be allowed in the bullish scenario. So like I said, fear not. This is very early for the bears, and there's zero reason for the bears to open champagne bottles for now. So I like what I see here. I really like what I'm seeing here. Yeah. Okay, let's take a quick look. What is up on X? Because since I just woke up, I don't really. I'm not up to date. James Sweeney. Just because I'm in short position doesn't mean I'm bearish. What? This guy, he makes literally zero sense. On the contrary, the lower we go, the more bullish I become for the next leg up. Be greedy when others are fearful. Be fearful when others are greedy. It's that simple. Okay. All right, so since he is in short, so now he must be calling himself a genius, right? Because Bitcoin is having a little bit of a pullback. As you see, yeah, the daily today is red, but that does not mean anything yet. And as you just have seen, my algorithm has displayed a buy signal. So since this algorithm crashes HODL, the strategy that is thought is believed to be the most efficient one. These buy and sell signals I show you here, guys, it wipes the floor with HODL. Even though it's far from 100% hit rate, as a matter of fact, this algorithm is in between 30 and 40% of hit rate, but the win-lose ratio is so remarkably well calculated here that throughout like last 10 years, you could literally earn 10 times more Bitcoin and then multiply it by amount of USDT, right? So out of one Bitcoin throughout last 10 years, with this algorithm, you would have made um, yeah, 10 Bitcoins, around 10 Bitcoins. So, not an amount to laugh at. Definitely not. Considerable amount of money. Another post of James Wynn. That was 45 minutes. That was 3 hours ago. This one 45. Just in, BTC falls below 105,000. Where are the bulls? He will get liquidated anyway. Theories aside, if you don't acknowledge that Bitcoin looks extremely bearish here, then you're an effing Rita. Where you at, bulls? Come buy this deep. Rich retail and delusional bulls. Higher, higher, higher. They make me sick. This guy, I don't know. He changes his opinion literally every single post. But this is engagement farming, of course, nothing else. So yeah, it is possible I get exit signal after this buy signal. Is perfectly possible. That will turn out to be a fake out. But it's also perfectly possible that we will rebound very strongly from here and continue to go higher. And as of now, I'm leaning more towards that eventuality. Got a bad feeling. If you are full ported into crypto, consider stabling here. The worst thing you can be in a bear market is cash poor. So they quickly jumped from very bullish to very fearful. So yeah, that's another sign of things going well for the bulls actually. James Wynn, this is a weekly rising wedge for Bitcoin. Every single uptrend has tons of rising wedges all over the place that do not stop the uptrend from continuation. Lunix will be back. Bitcoin to 200k, Ethereum to 10k, Sol to 1k, USDT to $5. This okay, USDT to $5. Can 60k change your life? Yeah, 60 can change lives all over the globe. Pretty much everywhere outside of Western countries. That's shat loads of money, excluding literally a handful of other countries that are not Western countries, but are westernized. Like most of Africa, most of Asia, 60k. South America, 60k, shat loads of money. Like for 60k, you can buy a really nice apartment, like a jaw-dropping apartment in Brazil, in whole of Africa, in whole of Indonesia, major vast parts of Asia, majority of Asia. Pump it, crypto face. That is 1 hour ago. Just him, James, when opens new BTC short position. Yeah, let me see this guy here. I actually have his profile open here. Yeah, now he's recovering a little bit. This is short. Where is the leverage? Yeah, times 40. So this is the highest leverage hyper liquid allows. That's times 40. I mean, you should never use leverage. You should never be trading on leverage. That's the truth. And even less times 40. I mean, times 40 is a pure casino. If you use leverage times 40, you must get wiped out. There is the math will sheer math will not allow you to stay up for long. Arthur Hayes, to sell or not to sell? That is the question. Zcash. To 10K or $10? Zcash. Let me take a look. I did not trade this really because Binance restricted me from trading it. But if I traded it, if I had traded it, I would have made a lot of money on it. Because as you see, that would be my second double prior to 2 doubles previously. So if I had traded it, this coin would have given me 3 doubles by now. So definitely something to be happy about. But unfortunately, yeah, Binance restricted me from trading it, so I can only wave my fist and scream buy. But I know it's not their fault because that wasn't their idea. That's the MiCA regulations and all of that silly stuff that always happens when governments start to dip their toes into whatever. How do we make this tweet go banger for absolutely no reason? 970 likes. That's Binance. So yeah. Okay, guys, share, like, and subscribe. Allow me to wrap it up. I wanted to make it short this time, and definitely share, like, and subscribe. And I will be live streaming sometime later today as well. I mean, according to my time zone. My time zone is 4 p.m. right now. Maybe actually tomorrow. It will be tomorrow. Maybe today. We will see. I mean, because I will not. Usually, I go to sleep like at 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. of my time. So to me, it's going to be today, right? According to my biological clock, it will be today. So yeah, if you are vibing with this with me here as a host of the show, if you like this format, then definitely subscribe, and we will see each other shortly.